don't have a lot of time, but today I've got two very important things coming up. First is I'm auditioning for Disneyland. Hong Kong Disney is coming to Singapore and they're doing auditions for dancers. And the second thing is I have decided, I made a video like a while back, but for me it was actually like 2 days ago on YouTube, it was a while back, about the OSIM sundown, lol jokes, not really, it's actually a midnight marathon. And I've decided that I'm not gonna run in the actual marathon itself, but I'm still gonna run a marathon. I'm still gonna run my own marathon. I'm just gonna start it at like 4 in the afternoon, so it'll finish at a normal time, and then the next day, tomorrow, I'm gonna catch a bus to Malaysia. You probably tell my voice is a little bit, I don't know what happened. I've been feeling fine, and then all of a sudden yesterday I was doing shows and I had like this like stabbing pain in my throat. Turns out I'm getting sick. Didn't know until yesterday, so that's great, right before an audition, yes. Anyway, I'll make them in 2 separate videos, so I'm not trying to like cram too much into one episode. So for now, let's just do the Disney audition. I've actually only ever done one Disney audition before, and that was years and years and years ago. No, I lied. I've done 2. They were still years ago. One of them was for a dancing role and the other one was for a face character. So I don't have a lot to base it off because I've not sung for Disney before, but this is what I would generally do for an audition. If anyone is wanting to audition for Disneyland or they want to know what it's like, hopefully I'll be able to share a bit of insight. Oh, that's my alarm. I need to go. Come on, 9 to 7. Filming in the bathroom because I'm gonna get in people's faces while they're getting ready for the audition. So I've got my number. They're calling everyone up in groups of about 10 to 15 people. I'm not sure what's gonna happen when we get up there. If we're all gonna audition together, if we're learning it separately, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna go do the audition and I will come back afterwards. Success! Yes! I got through to the final round. They took down my details and now I can wait for a call, I guess. There's a lot of other details and things to fill you in on, but it's a bit noisy here in the middle of the street, so I'll wait till I get home. Okay, yeah. So the audition obviously went really well. Sorry I couldn't film anything inside the actual audition room. It was basically a dance studio. Imagine whatever generic dance studio you've got in your head, it was like that. And then there's a little desk at the front where the casting director was sitting there, and then a choreographer. They were both really, really lovely, both really supportive and like kind and welcoming. They weren't intimidating at all, so it was a really positive experience. I said a little bit earlier that this audition is actually, technically it's just for the dancers. They're just employing dancers from Singapore and from other Asian surrounding countries. They're just looking for dancers for their parade and a couple of their other shows as well. The dancing contracts that they offer are not similar to what I'm currently on at Universal Studios. It's a little bit unfair, to be honest, because I'm a foreigner from a Western country coming into a foreign country. They give me a really good salary, they give me a living allowance, they pay for my rent, all of that stuff. And the same thing would be if I went to Hong Kong Disney as a singer, dancer, face character, or if I went to Tokyo Disney or Shanghai Disney, all of those ones. Because I'm a Westerner, that's the kind of contract that they would offer. But for dancers, if you're auditioning in an Asian country, I'm not sure like the logistics of it, like actually, but from what I know, their contracts are not as great as the one that I'm on, basically. So the salary is a bit lower, there's no living allowance, and there's no rent assistance. I think that the pay is still quite good from what I've heard, but it's definitely not like the kind of contract that I'm on. So Anyway, I emailed the lady who was in charge and I said, I would love to come to the audition, but I'd really love to sing for you because there's a show at Hong Kong Disneyland called Mickey and the Wondrous Book, I think. And there's 3 girls who play Rapunzel, Ariel, and Merida, and they're singing in the show. Those girls, they have a foreign contract like what I'm on right now at Universal. So that's the role that I was going for, but because I'm auditioning in an Asian country, it's a little bit like, it's not the official audition, but I guess if they really liked me, if they really wanted me, then they would make it happen. But it wasn't the official audition, so it's a little bit different. So the audition I did today, I did the dance audition with all the other dancers. It started off quite easy. Like the first round of dancing, it was only 12/8 of dance, and it wasn't really difficult. There was one high kick in it, and the rest of it was all fairly like stylized and movement wise. I think they really just want to see how you move, what your body looks like, what your face looks like, if you can perform it, that kind of thing. And then we performed that, we practiced that a couple of times, and then we performed it in groups of 3 or 4, and then she made a cut, which means she called out the numbers of people that she wanted to stay, and then she said, everyone else, I'm sorry, but you were not right for it this time, you may now go. So I made the first cut, obviously, and then he continued on the combination, and then it got a lot more difficult. There was like pirouettes, and there was leaps and jetés and turns and massive kicks and stuff like that, so it was a lot harder the second round, but that's where she really gets to see who the technical dancers are and strong performers and stuff like that. So we did that, and then she didn't do another cut at the end, which I thought was quite interesting. Everyone just danced, and then she said, great, come and fill out a form, and you write down your details and your name, age, where you're from, blah blah blah, and then they line you up, figure out how tall you are, because people tend to lie on their resumes, be like, oh, I'm 5'6", when actually they're like 5'4" or something. So they measure you, and then they ask if you've got any tattoos. I don't have any tattoos for this particular reason, because Disney especially, there's a lot of companies that would prefer if you didn't have tattoos, but Disney especially is really strict about tattoos. If you have anything that could be visible when you're wearing a costume, they probably won't employ you. I think if you've got a tattoo that's like very well hidden, or if it's like on your boob or something, I don't think it would be a huge issue, and I don't think Disney would need to find out about it, so that's up to you to decide, I guess. And then they ask a few questions, where you're from, blah blah blah, and they'll take a photo of you from like here, and then they'll take a full body shot, and then she gave us a bit of information about the job, when it starts, blah blah blah. She said, because I've emailed her previously, she said, everyone can go, Hannah, just stay and then we'll hear you sing. So I brought in a backing track for I See the Light from Tangled. Ugh. I wouldn't normally sing a song from the actual show that I'm auditioning for. I mean, I See the Light isn't actually in the show, but it's a song from Rapunzel, obviously. I wouldn't normally do that, like if you're auditioning for a musical like Chicago, don't sing a song from Chicago. But because Disney is so specific, I was just like, well, they want me to sing Disney, so I may as well just sing Disney. So that was it. I brought that one in, and I also brought in a contrasting piece that was more upbeat and a little bit different sounding to the other song, in case they asked me to sing something else. We played it, I sung for her, she recorded it, and yeah, that was it. She's actually just finished casting for the singing show that I was trying to audition for. They just finished casting for that, and it starts in May, so I wouldn't be able to even do that one. But it's only a 6-month contract, so her next casting starts in October, and she said for me to email her around June, July kind of time. Just remind her that I did audition for her in person and I sang for her, and then she might consider me for the next round of auditions, which is nice. And yeah, so I think, honestly, I think that it's quite unlikely that they would contact me for a contract, because I wasn't actually at the official singer audition. But you never know, maybe everyone they audition that year is gonna be really crap, and they'll be like, oh, quick, call that one chick that we met in Singapore. Yeah, you never know. You never know what they're thinking, what they're looking for, what they want, basically. Overall, I think it went as well as it could. So I thought I would give a few little tips about auditioning for Disney. If you're hoping to audition in your country, in your city, or in someone else's country or city, for Hong Kong, Tokyo, Shanghai, wherever. Obviously, I'm not a casting director. I don't know what's inside their heads. I don't know what they're actually thinking, what they're really looking for. But this is just from my own experience and from the things I've learned from my performing arts school. So yeah, here's just a few tips. First of all, on the website, when they write down the requirements for the job, make sure that you fit the requirements. So it says you must be over 18 at the time of the audition. Just be over 18, because they're not gonna be like, oh, she's almost 18, oh, close enough. No, it's like, has to be legit. The height as well, if it says it's between like 5'5" and 5'8", you have to be in between that, and they will measure you at the audition to make sure that you are in between those heights. So don't just think you can wear like heels or something, because they make you take your shoes off. So just really make sure that you fit what they're looking for. All of the information can be found on their website, DisneyAuditions.com. Number 2, you have to bring in a non-returnable headshot and resume. I always print off 2 just in case, like 2 copies of each, just in case like something happens or they want to have another one for whatever reason. This is my headshot. So this is the size I do it. It's like a A5? I don't know, it's one smaller than A4. Lots of people had like small ones or slightly bigger ones. I don't think they're too picky about it, but from what I've been told, they often prefer this kind of size, because it's big enough to see, you can see it very clearly, you don't have to like squint to look at it, kind of thing. Make sure it is a professionally taken photo, and you can always tell. You can tell if it's not a professional photo. Try to look your best, try not to have crazy amounts of makeup on. You know, just look like a good version of you. My resume. Yay! I really am not a fan of my resume because it's 2 pages long, and I really should cut it down. I've just been very lazy and I haven't done that yet. But make sure your name is printed really big and clear, and your contact details, everything, age, height, all of that. Write down where you trained, and then your stage experience, but anything else that you've done. If you haven't done all that much else, just make sure you write down your training and your performing experience, anything at all. Once again, you can check on the website to see what their requirements are. If you're going as a dancing role, it always says make sure that you're wearing dance attire and shoes. Today I was really bad and I don't have any dance shoes in Singapore. I don't know why I didn't bring them, that was a really stupid idea. So you have to have clothes that you can move around in, clothes that you can see your body in as well. They're looking for a very specific thing, and if you don't have the right body type or the right face for it, then you won't be good for it. So make sure that they can see what what your body looks like in the clothes. But at the same time, try and make it flattering for yourself as well. If you're going as a face character or as a singer, you can be a bit more lenient about what you're wearing. Probably wear just a nice dress. Don't like dress as if you're going out clubbing in like the hottest, tightest little like A-line dress with massive heels or anything. Just wear a nice dress. Like Disney is a family oriented theme park, so you got to make sure that your clothing is family friendly. And if you're going for a face character, I would wear heels, because all of the characters wear heels as well, but make sure that they're heels that you're very comfortable walking in and moving around in. The face character audition, you usually just go in, you do like a very simple movement combination, and it's mostly all like presenting in your arms and just being lovely and beautiful and all that crap. And then you'll come in and do a little bit of improvisation, being like, oh, wait, hello there, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, look at this flower. Ooh. So you can wear like a dress, or you can wear something that's nice, or you could wear some dance attire as well, as long as they can see what your body looks like, what your face looks like, and that nothing is distracting or falling off or getting in the way. Make your hair go like back or like big and off your face. Just keep it off your face. They want to see the money maker. When it comes to makeup, this was my makeup for the audition. I actually just did the same makeup that I do for my show at Universal. So yeah, maybe don't like cake it on. This is probably a little bit too much, to be honest. I think I should have put on a little bit less. I've got false eyelashes on, but I wouldn't go any further than that, really. When you go into the audition, just be happy, just be confident, relax. I know I say that now, but I was like, oh my god, I have to sing in a minute in the audition today. So just do your best. It does get easier with time. Like the more auditions you do, the more it just feels like, oh, here we go again. Remember that the auditioners, the people that are taking the audition, they're not looking at you being like, well, she looks terrible. Oh no, that wasn't very good. They're looking at you thinking like, yes, we want you to be good. Please be good, because we're looking for people to hire. They want to hire you. Like, they want you to do the absolute best that you can. So they're not there to like critique you and like drag you down or anything like that. No, they're wanting you to be good. So you don't have to feel like there's so much pressure to be the most amazing or anything like that. You really just have to do the very, very best that you can. Sometimes it's not good enough, sometimes it is, or sometimes you just need a little bit of time and you can come back and do it again. Like me, my very, very first audition, I think it was my first audition ever. I was only just 18 and I was doing a face character audition for Tokyo Disneyland in Australia, and it was awful. It was so bad. It was before I even knew what to do with my hair, so it was just like out, and I was like, yeah, okay. And I still had like baby fat on my face, and I wore like this weird skirt and ballet shoes. It was very weird. It was a very bad audition. I got cut in the first round. Like, very, very obviously I was not gonna get the job. Now that I've done a few more auditions and I know what to expect and I've had some training and experience, I feel a lot more relaxed and I'm like, yep, all right, here we go. Although the last audition I did, I think, was before I went to Universal Studios Japan, which was like 5 years ago. And yeah, I think that's about all the tips that I've got at the moment. So I hope this has been helpful for someone. I'm sorry I couldn't film anything more at the audition. Like, I wanted to film a lot more, but I didn't want people to be wondering why I was poking a camera in their face, or, you know, why I was filming the audition or anything like that. Hopefully it was helpful to some people if you're thinking about auditioning. Write it in the comments below, or if you have auditioned, write that in the comments below as well. I'd love to hear your experience about it. And yeah, if you are auditioning for any Disney parks or anything else coming up, good luck to you. I truly, truly wish that you have a great audition experience. Disney's not a scary company to audition for at all. They're like so lovely. I think it will be, I have confidence that it's gonna be a good audition for you. Now I am gonna get ready to run a marathon. I'm not even kidding. I'm running a marathon in a few hours. Stay tuned until next time when I run a marathon. Thanks for watching. Bye.